I'd like to call to order the September 18th, 2012 regular meeting of the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners. I would invite you to stand if you wish. Commissioner Nash has volunteered to offer the invocation for us tonight.
Please bow your head. If you would, please bow your head with me. Thank you for the gift of community in the city of Bowling Green. Thank you for allowing us to be here tonight to honor that gift. Guide us as decision makers so that we might make decisions that are pleasing to you. Thank you for the gift of connectedness and support that community provides. Thank you for bringing us together this evening, and may we grow in appreciation of one another, and with your help may it be so. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I invite you to join with us as Commissioner Hill leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Schaller, please call the roll.
Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Commissioner Waltrip.
Here.
Commissioner Denning.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Mayor Wilkerson.
Here. I believe the first thing we have in awards and recognitions is from Ms. Lancaster. Would you come up and join us from the City Manager's office?
Good evening. I've come here tonight to talk a little bit about our bicentennial celebration this week. We're going to have a proclamation signing and reading here in just a few moments, but I kind of wanted to let everyone know, this is our 200-year incorporation anniversary, and so we've got a lot of events that we have going on this week, and I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of them. We're going to be giving away some great tickets to the L&N Train Depot, to the Kentucky Museum, and to the Lost River Cave as well, trying to give people a chance to see a part of our history, to be a part of our history, and kind of see how Bowling Green has progressed over the last 200 years. We've also got a bicentennial writing contest that we received over 250 entries from our 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students here in Bowling Green. It was wonderful reading the essays. We have a top 10, and we also have our first, second, and third place winners, which will receive prizes. We will announce those at our open house on Friday from 4 to 6 right here in the Commission Chamber. We invite everyone to come out and give our students a pat on the back and congratulate them for their participation. And then on Saturday, we're going to have a great festival at Circus Square Park. It's going to be from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We will have Blue Light Special playing live. We'll have inflatables for children, a large bungee trampoline for the older kids, face painting, balloon animals, Broadway the Clown, food vendors. We're just going to have a great day and a great event, wonderful weather. And so we just hope everybody can come out and participate. And with that being said, let's kick off the week. And I'll ask Mayor Wilkerson to please read our proclamation.
If we could, if the five of us wouldn't mind standing and join with me over here, because we have several photographers from classes around town that would like to get us all together. All right. This is a proclamation for the City of Bowling Green Bicentennial Celebration Week of September 18th through 22nd, 2012. Whereas in January of 1812, the City of Bowling Green, with an approximate population of 500 people, was incorporated by the Kentucky General Assembly, and whereas Bowling Green has always been a transportation hub, being located along the major road linking Louisville and Nashville, as well as serving many steamboats that traveled through the area. And whereas Bowling Green is the third most populous city in Kentucky and continues to grow and thrive through education, the automotive industry, and small businesses, and whereas the City of Bowling Green and its staff strive to serve the public and consistently work for to better the future of all who live in this great community, and whereas Bowling Green is celebrating 200 years with the hopes to continue to grow and prosper in South Central Kentucky, now therefore we, the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners of the City of Bowling Green, do hereby proclaim the week of September 18th through 22nd, 2012 as City of Bowling Green Bicentennial Celebration Week in Bowling Green, and encourage residents to participate in the planned activities, get involved in local community organizations, and research the history of our great city. Signed by the entire Board of Commissioners, Joe Denning, Bill Waltrip, Melinda Hill, Bruce Wilkerson, and Slim Nash. So congratulations to the City of Bowling Green. Everybody get their pictures? All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bill, you remember what it's like back then, don't you?
That came out of left
Michelle, I'll
field, didn't it?
present this to you for the records for the city.
Melinda told me to say
You,
that.
you beat them to the punch on this.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Do we have any other awards and recognitions tonight, Mr.
No, Mayor.
DeFebo? City manager comments.
Just two items. The first, there'll be a need for an executive session. Kate will read the reason.
Pursuant to KRS 61A10F, discussions which might lead to the appointment, discipline, or dismissal of an individual employee without restricting that employee's right to a public hearing if requested. This exception shall not be interpreted to permit discussions of general personnel matters in secret.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Wilkerson.
Yes.
Mayor, second item, I'd like to ask Jay Doherty to come forward to explain for the commission and the public some exciting plans we have to improve the Broadway curve and to also foment a general discussion about a vacant lot next to this landscape island that we need to make a decision on. Jay's going to come forward. He's been collaborating with Operation Pride, the Boy Scouts, and using his expertise to create a good solution that won't cause a maintenance problem or a safety problem. Jay?
We wanted to discuss this project today because so many different organizations have been involved in the past.
Can you step over to the microphone?
I'm sorry.
People at home can't hear you.
We wanted to bring this to the attention of the commission tonight because different organizations have been involved in this project in the past, and we want to make some improvements to it, make sure everybody's on the same page, and kind of explain some of the things that are going on out there. So it's the Broadway Avenue curve where the road was realigned a few years ago, landscape was installed, and some of the issues we're facing out there right now are traffic and maintenance concerns. This landscape's a little bit different than other medians and things in the city that we take care of just mainly because of the size. You can see there's a very small buffer zone between the landscape and traffic, and you'll notice from the pictures that there is constant traffic on this road. It's heavily used. That is literally about 24 inches of buffer zone. So most of the time when we're doing landscape work out there, we actually have to close this road down. We have to work with Public Works to close the road and reroute traffic through the downtown area. Some of the problems that we're facing right there is the existing plant material, the junipers. They have an average height of 6 feet height and 3 feet in height, 6 feet in width, and it's requiring excessive maintenance pruning to keep it out of the road. This section is about 3 feet wide, and so it's continuously growing out and causing obstructions with traffic. We want to remove these plants and put something else in that we can maintain, to that proper size. Other concerns, when the construction was done, the contractor, the soil that was put in is heavily infested with Johnson grass roots. There's a lot of Johnson. This is Bermuda grass overtaking that juniper right there. You can see my landscape crew went out and pulled and sprayed weeds, and this Johnson grass is reemerging within about 3 days. Chemical control is just about impossible with this plant, and it's heavily in there. The junipers that are in there allow it to grow through, so we can't get in to remove it. It's just a continuous problem unless all of the plant material is removed. So what we need to do is take the soil down back to the original construction grade, get rid of everything in there. Now you can see that there's a poor soil in there already. There's a lot of construction debris, a lot of rock and materials. So I don't believe it was completed properly, but we want to amend that situation. Insect problems, the junipers that are there, these particular junipers are host to a really problematic insect pest in Bowling Green. This is a bagworm, and you can see that the plants are infested with it. It's very difficult for us to do chemical controls on this because of the heavy traffic in the area. We're doing constant spraying, and we want to replace it with plant material that's going to allow us to not to have to use these pesticides in such a public setting. Also, you can see there, these plants are perfect for storing trash and debris in. The landscape right now has a lot of perennial beds. This particular section is daylilies and things, and perennials are high maintenance. They require a lot of weeding, a lot of dividing, a lot of pruning and cleaning, and the location here is just not permissive for that type of work. I can't have people on their hands and knees crawling through that section of bed with traffic going past on both sides. It's very hazardous. So we want to make it a more user-friendly landscape so that our maintenance staff can get in there and have a safer work experience and improve the look of the overall landscape. The project proposal is to remove all the existing material, remove the contaminated soil, install all new clean topsoil, and plant material that will improve the appearance without requiring extensive maintenance practices. The plants that we want to put in are dwarf Burford holly, installed in the 10-foot section. Mature growth is to 5 feet high, rounded, and they prune nicely. Nandinas are a small plant. They can be installed in some of the really narrow sections. Their mature growth is 1 to 2 feet, so they're not creating any obstructions. Slow growing habits and requiring very, very little pruning. We want to put a few tree species in. Shumard oak can be planted. Some of the sections in there are 15 feet wide, which are conducive to be planting larger shade trees. They have Shumard oaks have a nice upright growth habit. They can be limbed up to avoid obstructions. And also some Japanese tree lilacs, which are a very nice street tree. These can be used. It's my belief that adding some height to that landscape might do some traffic calming. When we're in there, there's a lot of excessive traffic speeds, shall I say, going on. And I think that this might slow some of that traffic down when people are, it's unusual because it's at the top of an incline. It's also a blind curve, so you have all these things working against you. So if people are coming up that hill, coming around that corner, seeing the trees in front of them, and the height of the landscape in the middle might cause them to slow a little bit. This is an aerial view of that. The second part of this project that we wanted to discuss is this vacant lot here that the city owns currently. At one time, there was a landscape plan in place to create a park-type atmosphere here. We've gone over different plans and looked at this in many different ways. I've got all kinds of information that I could bring forth, different designs and different plans and different studies. And all of it comes back to certain problems that we're having, and that's accessibility. It's virtually impossible to get to this landscape without traveling either on private property or going up this curb section on this one-lane road. To me, that's problematic because this is a blind curve coming around. Again, it's the top of an incline here. So there's a site issue around here. This is private property. This driveway is private property. And along the back of the park is also bordered by private property. So the two sections of a triangle park are not accessible to us. The third section is very difficult to access to be able to do any maintenance, even mowing and just basic watering, weeding, puts people in a bad traffic situation. At one point, there were plans to build a temporary entranceway here, and I took the site plans out to the actual site and walked it and noticed that the temporary driveway was going through this stormwater drain runoff, this fire hydrant, and that light pole. So that shows you some of the accessibility problems we have. And that's my presentation, so we would like to move forward with the landscaping.
Put the last slide up, please. Thank you. Maybe I can take over now. I wanted Jay to present his plan, which I think is safer and a better solution than we have now. Also, on one of our walkabouts in the neighborhood, I think you, Bruce, asked me if there was any plan for that lot, and we had at one time that was supposed to be the accent welcome to Bowling Green with the monument. Do you remember those days? But we still have the monument, but after I had Jay look at the engineering design, architectural design, it's just not feasible to work there. So I guess I'm suggesting to you that we sell the lot or give it some other, I can't think of another public purpose that won't create a maintenance drag, as Jay said, so we can get some realtor help to try to sell that, or approach the neighbor, see if they want to buy, the one who owns the property there, who's already parking on it anyway.
Yeah, this
right?
neighbor here is using it as a parking lot.
Yeah. But we can talk about that at a later time, but I just wanted you to all put that in your orbit of thought.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Doherty or about this issue?
Unless you want to do the monument thing, and we can try to work around it.
Any comments?
Okay.
Thank you for the presentation. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
And thank you again for the work that you did for me. That's
You're
coming
very
up.
welcome. Thank you.
Anything else?
No,
Mr.
Mayor,
Febo?
thank you.
All right, then we have the approval of the minutes of the September 4th, 2012 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Nash. Please call, any additions, deletions, or corrections? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. We have the second reading of ordinance 2012-32. I'm sorry, excuse me. Oh, I apologize. Did I overlook that? Thank you for calling that to my attention. We have a moment in the agenda for public comments. If anyone would like to approach the microphone and make a comment about anything that's not on tonight's agenda, this would be the time for that. You're on the next one. You're on. Yeah, are you asking?
Yeah, I would like to make a comment about the first item on the agenda. Do I make that now?
About the what?
The first item on the agenda.
We'll wait till it gets to it. We'll be right there. Anyone at all? Okay. Seeing no one step forward, then we'll begin with ordinance 2012-32, second reading.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances, ordinance amending Chapter 18, occupational license fees and taxes of the City of Bowling Green Code of Ordinances to revise language related to the taxation of income classified as capital gains and losses.
So moved.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. This would be the appropriate time, Mr. Brown, if you have a comment now. If you would, give your name and address so the clerk can record who was here tonight.
Yes, my name is Dana Beasley Brown, and I live at 1325 Indianola Street here in Bowling Green. And first of all, I apologize for my appearance. This is bedtime routine time, and I have a 4-year-old and 2-year-old, so I had to dash over here really fast. Again, my name is Dana, and I am here tonight to make a statement regarding ordinance number BG 2012-32, which is the ordinance regarding removing capital gains for the net profit license fee. I'm here to make this statement as a concerned citizen who wants the best for Bowling Green because I care about our community. I want what we all want. I want to see us on a good, stable economic footing that reflects careful city planning and the wisdom of our elected leaders. Signing off on a tax break that we just don't know enough about jeopardizes the future stability of our community. I first learned about this ordinance reading the article in the newspaper, I think maybe the day after either the work session or the regular meeting where you voted the first time. And wanted to know more about it, so I went to the finance department of the city and I talked with the folks down there. They were so helpful and really took the time to really explain the issue. And then I talked with one of you and got some feedback from your perspective. And based on not misinformation on the Daily News article, but just maybe some confusion there. And then I read all the minutes I could find on it. One, I think the minutes was missing online from the work session possibly, but I watched the video of the work session where you guys talked about this. And it took me about 4 hours with all the buffering and the loading, but I got through it. And it seemed to me that there was just a lot of confusion, especially from maybe some of the community that stepped forward, maybe some from I think some of the realtors and some of the other folks that made comments that just were not consistent. And even through all of the hours I spent talking with you all and the work session, I myself am a little bit confused about this ordinance, whether this is about, if the ordinance specifically is to just to start looking at different language for this section of our the reporting, or is this a vote tonight to remove capital gains as a taxable income? I just feel like through that work session it was a little bit like maybe this is a two-step process, and that wasn't really clear from the work session. So I'm not here asking whether you vote yes or no. I'm actually here maybe just to propose some process steps. I actually am requesting that maybe you guys postpone or table your vote, just because I think there's probably a lot of people like me in the community who would love to know more about this, since this is a source of revenue for us. And I think it would be helpful if maybe you guys could use some of the resources that you have in your city to maybe make a public forum or maybe a workshop on this issue before you voted. And I know a huge part of it too, I think, at least in my opinion, is the fact that we don't have a fiscal impact statement when we're talking about this tax break. I think it's a really huge question on my mind. It seemed like everybody's bringing that up about how we do not know the fiscal impact of this ordinance. And I know that our software that we have does not allow us to make those calculations. But I just wonder, is there a way we can find out how other cities that are our size, who are similar to us, what the fiscal impact has been on those other cities, so that we can maybe have at least more information about the possible fiscal impact than we do right now. And then maybe ask, using some of our resources in the state with Representative DeCesare and Jody Richards, if the Legislative Research Commission could possibly do some fiscal impact research for us, since they apparently did some of that when they were forming that state legislation. So I guess my request would be, is it possible to table and to maybe do a public forum or a workshop for the public to know more about this ordinance? And number two, is there a way to explore if can we get any more information and possibly get a fiscal impact statement before this change in revenue is voted on? So thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it.
Is there any desire to put it off? Hearing none, I will explain that with regard to this particular ordinance, we have considered it for the better part of this year, although we've looked at it over the last 5 years. Had questions about it all that time. We had a commission retreat about this specific item, and then had 2 work sessions, and now 2 regular sessions about the question. We're not unable to provide what that fiscal impact statement would be because we don't track that information now. But the purpose of this ordinance is to return it to the original interpretation that it had from the beginning up to the last few years. So we will, unless there's any further questions, comments, or discussion, or any movement to table, then we're ready for the vote. Please call the roll.
Nash?
Yes.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
No.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. The second reading of ordinance 2012-33.
Ordinance renaming street. Ordinance approving the renaming of Central Court in the South Central Industrial Park to Kobe Way.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Nash?
Yes.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-173.
Municipal order approving the career path advancement of Brent D. Bronner to the position of crew leader in the Public Works Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo.
Yes, Mayor. In our Public Works department, we have a career path advancement system. We allow 3 crew leaders. We currently have a vacancy in one of those crew leader positions. It requires what is known as a Tech 3 to do that. Mr. Brent Bronner, an internal candidate, is a Tech 3, but he is a few elements shy of completing the career path. We're here today to ask you to approve his advancement to crew leader with the understanding that he will complete the final elements of the crew leader training. Jeff Lashley is here, or Bobby Phelps, if you have any questions.
Anyone have any questions for anyone? Mr. Bronner, we traditionally ask people to stand up so we can embarrass them in front of the camera as we congratulate you on your promotion. Thank you very much. Please call the roll.
Nash.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Congratulations again. Municipal Order 2012-174.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of C. Shane O'Banion to the position of firefighter EMT in the fire department.
So moved.
Motion by Denning, second by Nash. Mr. Phillips.
We have a rarity tonight. One of our existing firemen has chose to leave firefighting position and to do the work of God in His church. So we have a vacancy. Mr. Shane O'Bannon is next in line for that position, and we're here based on the process that Greg and Mike went through to recommend Shane for the position of firefighter EMT. I believe he's here with his family to receive your accolade.
Brought everybody with him tonight. Shane, stand up and let us take your picture too. Congratulations. I was kidding him earlier. I could tell his dad because they got the same haircuts.
Came from Campbellsville.
Campbellsville, right?
Taylor County.
Any other discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Nash.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Congratulations again.
All of them get ready to leave now,
We
Mayor.
lose our audience.
Next is Municipal Order 2012-175.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Marilyn W. Perigin to the position of purchasing agent in the office of the city manager.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Mr. DeFebo.
As we all know, the incumbent in this position went to work for the state government. We advertised. We had 97 applicants. From that advertisement, we windowed it down to 20 to further review, and from that we interviewed 5. This process was led by Kate, who's a direct supervisor of this person. It's her recommendation and that of those involved in the process to recommend Marilyn Perigin for the position. Marilyn has over 25 years experience as a purchasing person and a supply chain specialist in a variety of private positions. I think Marilyn is here. Kate, do you want to add anything?
I believe Ms. Perigin is hiding on the back row tonight. Would you stand, please, so that we can show everybody who's coming on? Congratulations. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Nash.
Yes.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Congratulations again. First reading of Ordinance 2012-34.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 4.07 acres from HI Heavy Industrial and HB Highway Business to HI Heavy Industrial located on Scotty's Way, presently owned by Scotty's Development, LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Waltrip. Mr. DeFebo.
Mayor, ordinance 6, 7, and 8 are all in the same family, as is your requested protocol. Steve Hunter is here to entertain every and all questions concerning these three ordinances.
Any questions or discussions? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance 2012-35.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning tracts of land containing 6.3153 acres from PUD Planned Unit Development and GB General Business to RM4 Multifamily Residential and RS1B Single Family Residential located at 306 Middlebridge Stub Road, presently owned by GVV Development LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance 2012-36.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 0.141 acre from RM2 multifamily residential to RS1D single family residential located at 1710 Glendale Drive, presently owned by Paula and Thomas Meek.
So moved.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Wilkerson.
Yes. First reading of ordinance 2012-37.
Ordinance relating to property tax rates. Ordinance setting 2012 property tax rates, franchise tax rates, and improvement assessment rates, and setting forth guidelines for payment, penalty, and interest.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Mr. Sebo.
Always mindful of the caveat never to raise taxes during a difficult economic time. We're here tonight to recommend that essentially all of our rates and fees and assessments stay the same as they were last year. Jeff is here to answer any particular questions of how that works. Should also be known for 2013 budget, we've also made the same judgment for the coming year. And to give the citizens some comfort during these difficult times, we have not changed the tax rate, Jeff, right? Property tax rate since 2008. So that's what, going on 4 years?
Right.
So if Jeff can address any particulars that you'd like.
Any discussion or questions?
I'd like to hit just a few.
I'm sorry?
I'd like to hit just a few quick points while I have the opportunity.
Please.
As he mentioned, the total assessment was $3.8 billion. We had 3.2% growth total. Overall new growth was 1.3%. Existing was 1.9%. I just want to remind everybody that the deadline for the bills is always December 31st. There is a 10% penalty if you're late, so it's pretty steep. So I want to remind everybody of that. Every month thereafter is a 0.5%. We have 3 ways to pay. You can mail it in, make sure it's postmarked by 12/31. We also have a drop box outside of our building. And we now offer, as of last year, the online payment option. You go on the city's website and pay your property taxes online. Property owners in the city and city annex will get both a city tax bill and a county bill. People get confused about that, but they will get 2. Property owners in the city proper, the old city, will also have the city school tax on their property tax bill. And there was no increase in the city school tax rate this year, stayed the same. And not receiving a bill does not exempt anybody from a late penalty. We need everybody to call our office if they need their bill, and that's 393-3000. And the bill should go out by mid-October. And those even that have them in escrow with their mortgage company, you'll still get a copy in the mailed to you. So just want to remind everybody of that kind of thing.
I'd like to remind everybody that it's the Bowling Green Independent School System, has no connection with the city of Bowling Green
That's
whatsoever.
correct.
They set their own tax rate and they pay us to issue their bills for them. Is that correct, Mr. Nash?
That is correct.
Thank you.
I have one quick question, if I could. On these assessment bonds, are they a 20-year bond or 30-year bond, or they vary?
They vary a little bit. I think the oldest one should pay off. I think I looked at it in 2024, 25, and I think the longest one goes to around 2029. But yeah, most of them are 20 or to 25-year bonds.
Okay, Thank you. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-176.
Municipal order authorizing and directing the mayor to execute the update of area designation form to be included in the Warren County Solid Waste Management Plan for 2013 through 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Nash. Mr. Febo.
For the folks out there, it's important to realize that the city of Bowling Green participates with Warren County in management of the solid waste plan. Pursuant to that plan, it needs to be updated and improved every so often. Stan Reagan was here a little while back to sunshine the new plan. I believe the fiscal court is voting on it tomorrow possibly, or this week, and they asked us to approve it. I think this is pretty much pro forma. I don't know if there's any issues.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-177.
Municipal order approving construction and accepting maintenance of Greystone Subdivision Section 8.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo.
As the commission knows, we have a protocol in which new developments have to meet certain requirements the city imposes for streets, stormwater. In subdivision before we'll accept them. We're here tonight to say that Section 8 of Greystone subdivision has met the general requirements of that. We double-checked today, and there's one apron area that will connect to the next subdivision, but essentially this has been completed, all the requirements. It adds 0.44 miles to our domain. Jeff Lashley is here if you have any questions.
Any questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Nash,
Yes.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. That's the last item on our agenda. We'll be going into closed session, and there is a possibility that we'll have a vote when we come out.